Hey, hello everyone. So today I'll be talking about custom validators in Angular. We usually tend to use validators.required, validators.minLength, validators.maxLength. So these are all built in Angular, validators we usually normally use in an Angular project. But today we'll be seeing how to actually create a custom validator and how to actually inject it in a form group that we have, and also how this validator can be put outside the class so that we do not clutter the main component in hand. So just to give you all a background about the project, it's an employee list and each row represents one employee. There are many attributes like the email, department that he belongs to, and the escalations till now. Okay, so each row that you see, it's a form group, and the whole table actually is covered inside a form array. So the conversion of the creation of a form array and the form groups and how this whole thing is mapped is covered in a separate video, which I'll be linking it in the description, or also I can put it in an eye icon which will appear now. So yeah, so having known the background, now let's move to the coding. One thing that I forgot to cover is, I wanted to talk about the validators before actually we coded. So we'll be creating two validators today. One will be a parameterized validator and one will not take in any parameters. So talking about the parameterized validators, so in the escalations column, you see something called as max escalations, and in the text field you see the escalations that the employee has done till now. Okay, and the number of escalation, this number which we see in the text box, it should not actually exceed the max escalation. So one check would be that the form field value should not exceed the maximum escalation. So we'll take in maximum escalation as one of the parameters, and the other check would be the escalations cannot be a negative number. Okay, so let's get quickly started on this. So we'll begin by creating two new validators. So if I just go to the code, we have the dashboard module. So the file structure is already explained in the previous video. So inside the validators folder, I'll create two new separate validators. One is the escalations overlap dot validator dot ts. So this validator will take in a parameter that is the maximum escalations. So let's say export function. So our validator will be a validator function. So export function escalations overlap validator. So this will take in max escalations. This will be of type string, and this will return a validator function. Okay, so let's import that, and so this will return control of type abstract control. Okay, and it can either return validation errors or null. Okay, as this is a function, we'll use the arrow syntax. Let's just say return null for now. Okay, yeah. So now what we need to do is we need to also take the entered value. So let's say constant entered value. This will be control dot value if it's defined. So let's convert it into a number for our sake. Control dot value or else null. Okay, now we need to check if the entered value is greater than number of, as we are taking max escalations as a string, we need to also convert this into a number. Then if it's greater, then we'll return overlap as true. Okay, else we'll return null. Okay, so let's see if this works. Let's import this validator in our component. So let's go to view component.ts. So this is the spec file, the component here. Okay, so here this is the form group that we had created. We create a form array and we push a new form group within the form array, and depending on the number of rows that we get from get all contacts, we'll create that many form groups. Okay, so for completed, let's add escalations validator, and this takes in this dot contacts dot target. Okay, that is the input that it takes in. So this target comes from, if I go to the HTML, so new escalations, we are basically mapping target here, so which is what I have passed here. Now let's import escalations overlap validator. Okay, once this is done, what we need to do is we need to go to the HTML. We need to catch the error. So here's the input box. Let's say we create a div with, let's give it a class red text. This will just make the the color red, and along with this we need to enter a value saying max escalations, or let's say the escalations cannot exceed the maximum given escalations. Okay, and this will occur only when, let's give it an ng if here. So as this is a form group, we need to select the form group. So we have a function in our component which will return us a particular form group based on the index. So we'll use that. So get form group based on the index. Let's go back. We'll pass the index as I. Then we'll select our particular form control name, which is completed here. We'll check if there are any errors within this, and our error was overlap. Okay, so whenever our validator function returns overlap as true, this will be triggered. Okay, so let's save this. Let's check the build. Okay, this is working. Now let's check the UI. Let's refresh this. If I enter a value 200, okay, similarly here if I enter, so our validator function is working correctly, and so is the validator. So I mean, we are actually seeing the message. Now let's go ahead and create a second validator. Now let's create another validator. So here what we'll do is we'll call this escalation check validator.ts. Now we'll copy the syntax here. Let's name this escalation check validator. It doesn't take any input, so we'll remove this. We don't need this whole logic. We'll need the entered value. So firstly we'll check if it's a number or no. We cannot really enter a string, so we have this nan function in JavaScript which will take in this entered value, and if it is a number then it will return true. Sorry, if it's not a number it will return true. So this will return not a number as true. Okay, that's one. And the other condition is that we need to check is if entered value is defined, and if it's defined, if it's less than 0, it cannot be a negative number. So we need to return a negative value as true. Okay, and then in the else condition we'll return null if none of the conditions are satisfied. Now let's take this, let's go to the view component and let's inject it along with the other validator. So escalation check, this does not take into account any inputs. Let's import this. Okay, so now let's go to the component. Let's copy this 1 2, as we had two conditions. One is negative. Okay, let's go to the check validator. One was the negative value. Come back here, negative value, and what was the other one? Not a number. Okay, so instead of typing it manually, let's just copy it so that we don't go wrong anywhere. So if it's a negative number, then the entered value cannot be negative. Okay, and if it's not a number, let's say the entered value is not a number. Okay, we are good here. Let's check the build if there are any errors. No errors. Okay, so now let's go to the UI. Let's refresh this. Let's check if, yeah, we have entered a string and it says the entered value is not a number. Okay, now let's see if we enter a negative number. Okay, the entered value cannot be negative. Okay, and also let's check the maximum escalation if I enter 555. Okay, so all three validators are working fine. So yeah, so that is about it. I mean, if you like the content, so please do give it a like, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.